LMPD is cracking down after multiple reports of street racing over the weekend from downtown to the south end. In shocking video, cars can be seen doing burnouts in the middle of the street. It's our top story here on the Night Team. I'm Alex Dieterer. Doug has the night off. LMPD seized cars, weapons, and made arrests in connection to these incidents. WHAS11 Night Team's Taylor Woods and photojournalist Levi Hammer talked to a concerned resident about the reckless driving.
Tire streaks are left behind from a street takeover where one man was shot early Sunday morning near 2nd Street and River Road.
And we only get one chance at this game called life. And once it's over, there's no coming back.
Louisville Metro Police say they believe the shooting is tied to a series of street takeovers over the weekend where LMPD seized 2 cars, arrested 4 people, and confiscated 4 weapons.
We're hearing about it more and more, like on the weekly news. It's serious.
Cars can be shown doing burnouts at a busy intersection near Iroquois Park. LMPD says another street takeover happened at 23rd and Market Streets. Elgina Smith says Sunday's shooting in connection to the reckless driving could have been worse.
As a mother of a child that has been taken, every time I hear a gun incident, just young people being reckless and not really taking life as it is a precious gift, it's heart-clenching.
At one point, people can be seen jumping onto the hood of a police cruiser in the south end.
This isn't just normal driving. This is reckless driving.
Smith is concerned about safety. She says anyone could have gotten hurt that night.
This is something that is done to in a boastful manner and in a unpredictable manner.
Now she wants to see more action from the community.
There's 2 types of people, sayers and doers. We need to say something. When you see something, say something.
Expecting to see more people held responsible. In Louisville, Taylor Woods, WHAS11 Night Team on your side.
LMPD Interim Chief Paul Humphrey released a statement with a warning to those who participate in these events. He says, in part, quote, "If you are a person who is considering participating in these events, please know you are responsible for the harm it causes, and we will make every effort to ensure you are held accountable," end quote. New for you tonight, a man is dead after a shooting in the Algonquin neighborhood. Police say just after 7 this evening, they responded to the shooting on Moore Court near Hill Street. When officers arrived, they found a man with multiple gunshot wounds. He was taken to the hospital where he later died. Anyone with information is asked to call the anonymous tip line. That number is 574-LMPD. And a 21-year-old man is now in custody after police say he was caught on camera killing another man and then cleaning up the evidence. This happened on South Shelby Street just before midnight Sunday. LMPD says nearby surveillance footage shows the 21-year-old Cody Hedrick and 33-year-old Justin Wells get into a fight. That's when Hedrick allegedly pulled out a gun and shot Wells multiple times. Hedrick is later seen going back to the scene to pick up shell casings. He has now been charged with murder and tampering with physical evidence. This video sent in to WHAS11 by a viewer is the tail end of a police chase that involved a semi-truck. The chase started in Nelson County and ended in Bullitt County. It was taken near Brooks Hill Road and I-65 last night. Tonight, we're learning a Louisville man has been charged with multiple felonies, and one local sheriff is calling it the wildest police chase he's been a part of. The chase began in Nelson County with reports of a stolen car. Nelson County Sheriff Raymond Pinioa says that they were alerted by a flock of cameras when it came into Nelson County and a chase began down the Bluegrass Parkway. The Nelson County Sheriff says the pursuit led to I-65, where the driver eventually got off on Joe Prather and took a lane that dead ends in a farm. Police say the driver bailed out and then stole a semi on the farmland. The pursuit continued with KSP. The pursuit eventually wound its way to Bullitt County, where it ended just off East Blue Lick Road. Troopers say the semi left the roadway and overturned in a roadway. The driver was taken to U of L Hospital for treatment after he allegedly ingested a large amount of what police believe was heroin. He's being charged with multiple felonies that include fleeing, receiving stolen property, and theft. Louisville native and former NBA star Rajon Rondo is expected to change his plea in court tomorrow. This is in connection to gun and drug case that stemmed from a traffic stop. Indiana State Police arrested Rondo in January, accusing him of driving recklessly on I-65 with a minor in his car. A trooper said he smelled marijuana in the car, and a search led to the discovery of marijuana and a loaded gun. Rondo is charged with unlawful carrying of a handgun and possession of marijuana. He is expected in court tomorrow. New details tonight are coming in about the 49ers rookie who was shot during an alleged robbery in downtown San Francisco. Police say a 17-year-old suspect confronted Ricky Pearsall, shooting him in the chest. Veteran San Francisco Sergeant Joel Harrell was nearby and quickly rendered aid.
I'm holding him and I'm telling him to breathe, and I go, just be calm, okay? I looked at him and I was like, look at me, okay? Because I could feel a change happening, and it worried me because I wanted him to be as normal as he could.
The 23-year-old is now on the mend, recovering at home, released from the hospital. Pearsall was a first-round pick in this year's draft and was preparing for the upcoming season, which is just days away.
Ready to fight? Yeah! Are you ready to win? Yeah! Are you ready to elect Kamala Harris, our next president of the United States of America?
President Joe Biden is stumping for Vice President Kamala Harris for the first time since he dropped out of the race. The two appeared together in the battleground state of Pennsylvania today. This comes at the end of a Labor Day blitz for Harris, reaching out to union workers in battleground states. ABC's Perry Rusum is in Washington.
Thank you, Joe. Thank you, Joe. President Biden and Vice President Kamala Harris standing side by side in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, their first official campaign event together since Biden dropped out of the race.
She has a backbone like a ramrod. She has the moral compass of a saint. This woman knows what she's doing.
The rally, a part of the Harris campaign's Labor Day blitz, reaching out to union workers in the battleground states of Pennsylvania, Wisconsin, and Michigan.
Because when union wages go up, everybody's wages go up. When union workplaces are safer, all workplaces are safer. When unions are strong, America is strong.
It comes as Biden met with his hostage deal negotiation team after 6 hostages held by Hamas were found dead in Gaza, including Israeli-American Hersh Goldberg Poland. His friends and family mourning his death at his funeral today.
Do you think it's time for Prime Minister Netanyahu to do more on this issue? Do you think he's doing enough?
No.
Protests against Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu are growing in Israel and here in the U.S.
The pressure internationally must be directed at these killers, at Hamas, not at Israel.
Biden says the U.S. is very close to presenting a final hostage deal to both sides.
We're not giving up.
And we're told if that final deal falls apart, it could mean the end of U.S.-led negotiations. Perry Russom, ABC News, Washington.
New polling from ABC News and Ipsos shows a voter divide between Harris and Trump. Right now, Harris is leading the former president 52-46 among likely voters, which is outside the margin of error. Trump did not have a campaign event today. However, in a statement for Labor Day, Trump said the U.S. was an, quote, economic powerhouse when he was in office, and claims Harris and Biden have undone all of that. More than 2,600 applications have been filed for medical marijuana business licenses in Kentucky. And with just 48 licenses to give out, a lottery will be used to determine who gets to grow, process, and sell the cannabis. However, many small business owners we spoke with tell us they're worried the lottery is stacked against them, with out-of-state companies allegedly stacking applications. In a release today, the National Organization for the Reform of Marijuana, also called NORML, assured the public that application stacking was impossible. They say LLCs must alert the state if they have a parent company. But for some small business owners, they don't buy it.
Multi-state cannabis operators, they're now infiltrating Kentucky. He wanted to buy my license if I get one. They're filing multiple LLCs and creating new Kentucky companies, and then they're using one address to literally stack the lottery system.
NORML says that app stacking in Kentucky is not possible. They say this is because of stringent safeguards. That includes a thorough background check. They say this background check makes it impossible for companies to submit multiple applications. An update for you tonight on the strike at AT&T. The union has withdrawn from the mediation process, claiming AT&T is using the process to stall negotiations. Over 17,000 workers with the Communication Workers of America in 9 states, which includes Kentucky, those are all protesting what they call unfair labor practices. As a result of the strike, the CWA says AT&T is using undertrained managers and contractors to perform maintenance and repairs. In a statement, the CWA says in part, quote, "We appreciate the mediators' efforts. Our message to AT&T is no more excuses. It's time to get serious about bargaining so we can get back to work serving our customers," end quote. The CWA has filed an unfair labor practice charge with the National Labor Relations Board. The Shawnee Community Center will be closing down for the next 2 months. Officials with Parks and Recreation say the move is necessary in order to undergo a full HVAC replacement. The center, which is on 37th Street, will be closed starting tomorrow. The project will cost more than $490,000. The work should be complete by the end of October.